I'm going to go ahead and warn you right now. You're probably going to hear quite a few of during this video. But you know what? It is actually necessary. Here is the former Jordan Miles of NXT, better known on the indie circuit as ACH. Now, we all know the story. We all know what he claimed in WWE, which, granted, WWE does have a history of being suspect towards non-white wrestlers. Let's be honest, even I've talked about it. But in this case, this fool, in this case, nah, you don't have a leg to stand on, fool, in this situation. You called Jay Lethal out of his name. And now recently he came up with an excuse. He said that Jay Lethal called him out for using the word the back, but also claimed that Jay Lethal on several occasions, without any proof, mind you, he claims that on several occasions that Jay Lethal himself had used the so-called N-word, and that Jay Lethal attacked him in the back, and that he never apologized to him. Now, Jay Lethal is a built guy, but Jay Lethal and ACH are about the same size. All I got to say is, you should have just went to the grave. You shouldn't have even admitted that, because now it makes me look like more suspect. What? Jay Lethal just whooped your ass? I mean, this isn't Brock Lesnar. This isn't Bobby Lashley. This isn't Andre the Giant. This isn't even Ron Simmons, Farouk. This is Jay Lethal. You two are about the same size. You try to tell me he just hit you and whooped your behind and you didn't fight back? No. You just admitted to being a man. Come on. Man, you shouldn't have even admitted to that, honestly. And to add to his woes, recently some of his bookings have gotten canceled. Take a look at this. All jokes aside, this boy need help, for real. But assuming that there's nothing mentally wrong, ACH is the latest victim of get Woketh, go Broketh. Now don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with speaking up about discrimination and racism and all that. But number one, if you're going to go on that get Woketh plan, you better have a plan to recoup the money you're going to lose. And I know some people praise the late, great Muhammad Ali for sacrificing for his people and this and that. But here's my thing. How many of our people from back then was putting any money in his pocket while he was resisting going to Vietnam? Just saying. Yeah, he eventually got that money back, but he was lucky. It could have easily went the other way, and Muhammad Ali would have been just another victim. To quote Taz. And another thing, in the case of ACH, everything he has claimed has come back to haunt him. And now he wants to blame the fans? Nah, brah. You brought this on yourself, dude. You brought this on yourself. You were in a spot that most wrestlers, I don't care if they black or white or Asian or whatever, would have killed to have had. You got independent wrestlers who are just as good as you, if not better, who were starving, who would love to be in WWE. They don't even have to be on the main roster. They would love to just get on NXT But you had that golden opportunity and you basically blew it over an ugly t-shirt. Over an ugly t-shirt that, granted, could have been applied racist, but personally, I just thought it was an ugly shirt. But then you went on calling Jay Lethal out of his name. Man, quite honestly, you're looking like a hater. This is wrestling's answer to Kanye West. The only difference is, at least Kanye had enough sense to get his money and get a few awards, get a few Grammys before he started acting crazy. You was acting crazy before you got the pot of gold, fool. And then you want to go on this Martin Luther King, Malcolm X woke crap. And right now, nobody wants to touch you. Nobody wants to fool with you. And pretty soon, you're going to be on the get Woketh, go Broketh plan. Go ask the cast of Terminator Dark Fate how that worked out. Or go ask the cast of Charlie's Angels, the newest one, and ask them how that worked out. Mr. ACH, who is talented, I'll give him that. He is talented, but come on, what do you do that I can't get out of Ricochet or Leo Rush? And one thing, I knocked Leo Rush when he had his little attitude problem and stuff. But one thing I'll give him, he at least straightened up enough to get his money, and now he running around as the Cruiserweight champ. Now, whether that means anything for his career in WWE, I don't know. But at least he stayed around long enough and straightened himself long enough to get a belt, to get some notoriety. And he's actually on the best run since he's been in WWE since he did that. Where are you, ACH? But I guess he'll call him an Uncle Tom or two. So, this ain't about the culture. This ain't about the wrestling culture. This is about you thinking the world owes you something. That's what this is about. This is about you thinking the world owes you something. The world don't owe you a damn thing. Yeah, we've had injustices done just because we dark. But at the end of the day, the world collects its due from everyone. No matter how rich or poor you are, no matter if you black, no matter if you white, no matter if you Asian, no matter if you Hindu, no matter if you Indian, whatever. It's going to, the rent comes due when it comes to the world. It's what you do with it and how your attitude is what's going to dictate your success. And you had success right in the palm of your hand and you screwed it up saying it was over a t-shirt. Nah, brah. Nah. This whole thing, cussing at the fans, talk about you quitting professional wrestling. Bye. At this point, nobody's going to miss you, dude. Nobody's going to miss you at this point. I mean, you sound like, with all these claims, you sound like Teddy Long all of a sudden claimed Ric Flair called him back in the 80s. But then he's been kissing Ric Flair's butt for years. All this time. And then, by the way, and this goes out to these Negroes that try to say, well, there's film of him abusing Teddy Long on the, and then I was like, okay, show me the film. They showed me the film. See, yeah, that's proof. Teddy Long was right. Teddy Long was right. I was like, fool, you do realize you're talking to a man, ironically a black man, who this month has been watching wrestling pretty much since December of 1984. I've been watching for 35 years. You do realize that footage was part of an angle between Teddy Long's managed team of doom, which was Butch Reed and Ron Simmons, against the Four Horsemen back in 1990. You do realize that, right? I'm like, no, shut up. Stay in your lane, woke Negro. Stay in your lane. Don't try to tell me when it comes to professional wrestling. You woke Negroes can tell me about the Black Power and stuff. But when it comes to pro wrestling, you can't mind. Sorry. Ain't happening. Back to ACH. I think you need some professional help, son. And I'm being sincere when I say that. And that's all I got to say on this. I'm out.